The continuation of the series, Equestria's Human Spirit, Chapter 8, Part 2, Canterlot. Around about an hour later, me, Twilight, Spike, and the rest of us were on the train to the city called Canterlot. During the ride, Twilight and the others explained to me about Princess Celestia, along with her younger sister, Princess Luna, who were the rulers of Equestria. After they explained everything, I was shocked out of my mind that I was going to meet royalty. I didn't know what to do, but I hoped it would work out well when I meet them. The train ride was pretty damn long. Through the course of about 1 hour through the ride, Twilight and the others chatted away while I was looking out the window with Pipsqueak asleep next to me. My mind was still spinning that I was meeting royalty for the first time, and meeting a princess is a huge honor. I just hope I don't screw this up, because I knew that bad things would happen. Daniel? I was snapped out of my thoughts when I heard some pony's voice, along with a hand on my shoulder. The pony with that kind of voice was Twilight. You okay? She asked. I sighed and looked back out the window. Not really, Twilight. I'm nervous about all this. I'm meeting royalty in person. This is the most biggest thing that's ever happened to me in my young life, and I hope I don't screw this up, for my sake. Twilight then cut my cheek gently and made me look into her beautiful lavender eyes. You don't have to worry, Daniel. Princess Celestia and Princess Luna are the most gentle and friendliest ponies I know. I knew Celestia ever since I was a filly, and she would never hurt any pony. Just be yourself and everything will be fine. Her soft voice and explanation about Celestia made me more calm about meeting her. If she's as nice as Twilight says she is, then I had nothing to fear. I took a breath and smiled. Thanks, Twi. Twilight blushed that I called her Twi, and I just realized what I said, and it was my turn to blush like an idiot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you that. Your beautiful eyes distracted me. Wait, that's not what I meant. I meant your mane looks really nice. No. I mean, you're pretty... God, no, that's not what I meant either. My face palmed by my stupid babbling mouth and words. Where in the name of hell did all that even come from? Twilight must think I'm a freak now. You think I'm pretty? She asked me. I looked back up at her, and she was blushing like crazy by what I told her while she was holding some of her hair. Her burning red cheeks made her look cute along with her lavender eyes, sparkling like amethyst. As much as I wanted to deny it, she was pretty. No, she was beautiful. Well, yeah, why wouldn't you be? I asked while scratching the back of my head. Twilight's blush deepened, but then she smiled. Thank you, Daniel. She then leaned forward and literally kissed me on the cheek. On the fucking cheek! My body froze in shock. My eyes widened as big as dinner plates, and my face went all red. Twilight had even more shocked look, and her face went back to the deep shit I've read as before. We were both at a loss of words by what just happened right now. I didn't even know how to approach this crisis, neither did she. We're both sitting here, blushing like crazy, trying to make our next move, but nothing. Something please happen before I kill myself! Next stop, Canterlot, the conductor shouted, leaving me to breathe out a huge sigh of relief in my head. Thank God. I better get my stuff, Twilight said, getting up and walking away with the blush still present on her cheeks. The blush on my cheeks lessened, but remained. I breathed out a huge relief. Wow, okay, that's different. I breathed out in a huge sigh of relief and looked down at Pipsqueak, who was surprisingly still asleep through the whole episode. I gently shook his shoulder. Wake up, Pipsqueak. We're here. 5 more minutes, he muttered, turning away. I chuckled. Come on, lazy flank, I said in a playful way, and picked him up. At that, Pipsqueak gently wrapped his arms around my neck and nuzzled into my shoulder. Ugh! Why does he have to be so adorable? If he keeps this up, my heart is literally going to explode. I smiled and shook my head while I grabbed my sword and bag. After collecting my belongings, I joined up with the others, and we all got off the train. Ah, isn't this the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Rarity cooed while looking at me while I was holding on to the sleeping colt. Really cute, Fluttershy whispered. I smiled and patted his back, which made me receive another nuzzle from him. God, you're killing me with your cuteness, Pipsqueak. Come on, every pony. Princess Celestia and Luna are waiting for us, Twilight called out to us. We all followed her, and my eyes were zipping through the city with awe and amazement. The city was damn gorgeous. Many of the buildings were pure white, and all the ponies were wearing fancy clothing. Besides the beautiful night sky, Canterlot was now number 2 on my list of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Wow. So that came out of my mouth. Simply marvelous, isn't it, Daniel dear? Canterlot is the most beautiful city in all of Equestria, Verity described with her face beaming. I saw Applejack only rolling her eyes in response. I simply chuckled and then asked Twilight, Hey, Twi, I want to know, how do you and the others know Princess Celestia and Luna so well? Twilight blushed a little when I called her Twi again, but explained, Well, I knew Celestia when I was a filly, like I said before, but I'm also her student, Twilight explained. You're the prize pupil of the ruler of Equestria? I asked in shock. Twilight just simply shyly nodded. I smiled. Wow, you being the student of the ruler of Equestria? I'm really impressed. You must be something, I said, winking at her, making her blush go deeper. Pipsqueak finally woke up, and I placed him down and allowed him to walk beside me, holding my hand. We continued our walking until we made to a pair of double doors, being guarded by 2 pony guards in gold armor. We have an appointment with Princess Celestia, Twi said to the guards. They nodded and let us by. But then they cut me off by putting their spears in front of me. Hey, what are you doing? I asked in surprise and anger. We've never seen any pony like you before, not to mention you're carrying a weapon on your back, one guard said suspiciously. Great. Just what I needed. I have no intention of hurting Princess Celestia. I carry this sword with me because it was a gift given to me by someone I love, I explained. The guard looked deeper into my eyes, and I spoke again. Very well. You may enter, but we're keeping our eyes on you. I sarcastically nodded and walked by, and rejoined with the others. I looked back at the guards who were still eyeing me. What's up with them being all bossy? I asked, pointing my thumbs back to them. Sorry, the guards take their job seriously, and Princess Celestia and Luna are the heart and soul of Equestria, Twilight explained, which I nodded in understanding. As long as I don't try to get on my bad side, things will be fine. I looked around inside of the castle while walking with the others, until we made it to another double pair of red doors. They opened, and I saw a glass painting of 6 colorful mares emitting violet beams at a dark unicorn, and another turning a dragon-like monster to stone. These must be murals about the past events that happened before I came here to Equestria. I need to get into this later on. I looked forward and saw 2 large females. They looked to be around in their 30s to mid-40s. The one on the left was white with flowing hair with a color of light pink, green, and blue. She wore a gold and white dress while wearing a gold jewelry and a crown on her head. She also had wings and a horn. A mark on her arm had the symbol of the sun. The woman on her right resembles a few similarities to her, but was slightly different. She had blue skin and had flowing hair like the other, but was blue and sparkled like stars. She wore a dark blue dress with black streaks in them. She had the mark of a crescent moon on her arm. I then saw Twilight and the others bow to them. It then picked up in my head they were the ruler, so I quickly kneeled and bowed my head as well. It was most wise of you to bow in the face of royalty, outsider, a female voice stated in a serious tone. Already I was feeling my nerves resurface again. Fuck. I'm fucked. I'm fucked! Damn it, Twilight, you told me she was nice! Oh man, I'm screwed. I felt my body shaking violently, waiting to what horrible fate awaits me. But then I felt a soft white hand gently grasp my chin, making me look up. At the instant, I felt all of my nerves and fears wash away when I looked up and saw the white mare giving me a warm smile. However, those who are friends to Twilight and her friends are always welcome to her to Canterlot. I welcome you, Daniel Blaze, she greeted in a soft and motherly tone. You know me? I asked in surprise while I stood again. Of course. Twilight has mentioned you in her letters, and we have heard of your victory over the legendary Veronis. Not even our top soldiers could stand up to a powerful creature like that, she explained. Your skills are very impressive, let alone you being a human, the blue mare added. Wait, you know I'm human? I asked in surprise. Of course, we've known about the human race for a while now, but seeing one in person is something else, the white mare explained. I nodded in understanding. Guess Lyra's words about me spreaded faster than I thought. Okay, I need to know what names each of them are, and I think I got it down correctly. Let me see. You're Princess Celestia, I said, pointing at the white mare. And you're Luna, right? I asked, pointing at the blue mare. The two gave me warm smiles. Yes, we are the rulers of Equestria and the controllers of the night and day, Celestia explained. Wait, what do you mean by controlling the day and night? I asked. I control the sun, while my sister controls the night, Celestia explained. Okay, I was finding that a little hard to believe. I'm sorry, your highnesses, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe, said rubbing the back of my head. Why do you say that? Celestia asked. Well, the sun and moon from my world aren't controlled at all. The moon orbits around Earth while Earth orbits around the sun, I explained. The two princesses looked at me with surprise while I heard a scribble coming from behind me, and I knew it was Twilight. So your planet orbits around your sun? Celestia asked. I nodded. Sorry, but it's basically impossible to move something that's a million times bigger than the planet itself, but if you can prove it to me, then I'll reconsider it, I said. Celestia smiled. Very well, Daniel. She turned to the window where the sun was present and her arm glowed in a golden aura. I didn't know whether to believe if she can really move the sun, considering the sun is thousands of miles away from the... What? The sun started moving in circles and moved left and right. I was shocked out of my own mind, beyond anything I've ever seen. Due to all the phenomenon I've seen in my life, these bumps it up to number one. Celestia moved the sun back in place and her aura vanished. She turned to me and smiled. Well? It didn't even respond to her. My body was in total shock mode. My eyes were as white as dinner plates, my jaw was open, and I was spacing out. A cyan hand waved in front of me. Daniel, you okay? Rambo called out. I was finally able to snap out of my shocked state and shake my head to regain composure. Yeah, I'm okay. I turned back to Celestia. Man, I guess you proved me wrong, Your Highness. Hope you can forgive me. All is forgiven, Daniel. And as a friend, you may call me Celestia, Celestia said. I literally went back into my shocked state. Of all the ponies and creatures in Equestria, the princess, the ruler of this world, wants to be my friend? What? You want to be my friend? Celestia smiled warmly. Of course, Daniel. From everything that has happened and through what you have done for Twilight and her friends, any pony that is friends with Twilight is certainly a friend to me, Celestia explained. And to me as well, young Daniel, Luna added. I couldn't believe it. The princesses of Equestria. Those are my friends. I didn't even know how to approach this. Daniel looked back up at Celestia. Are you okay? She asked in a concerned voice. I slowly nodded. Yeah, it's just... I can't believe you and your sister, above all ponies in this world, want to be my friends. This is kind of a lot to take in, I explained. Celestia smiled and placed her hand on my shoulder. I'm always friends to all ponies and creatures alike in Equestria, and always will. I smiled a little and nodded in understanding. Celestia turned to Twilight. Twilight, you brought the elements of harmony, did you not? She asked. Twilight nodded. I did. They're in my bag. The elements of harmony. I remember that name before when I first came here to Equestria. Wanting to know more, I asked the Sun Princess. Hey, Celestia, what are the elements of harmony? Celestia smiled. The elements of harmony are 6 gems that bind and create the magic of friendship. They are known as honesty, kindness, laughter, generosity, loyalty, and magic, she explained. Twilight and her friends are also the bearer of those elements, Luna added. I turned back to the girls who each were putting a necklace on while Twilight was wearing a tiara, which was gold and had a 6-pointed star that was a hot pink. Rarity's was a purple gem in the shape of a diamond, while Fluttershy's was pink and was in the shape of a butterfly. Rainbow's gem was red in the shape of a lightning bolt, and Applejack's gem was orange with a hint of green. It was in the shape of an apple. And lastly, Pinky's was light blue and had a balloon shape. You guys are the bearers of the elements? I asked in surprise. We sure are, Sugar-Q, Applejack answered. I smiled. Let me guess what each of you are. Rarity is generosity. Pinky, laughter. Rainbow, loyalty. Applejack is honesty. Fluttershy, kindness. And lastly, Twilight, the element of magic. I said, surprising the mares, Spike, and Pipsqueak. How did you know? Twilight asked. Well, each of you have been showing me what you're all capable of, and also through your attitudes, along with the way you act towards me and yourselves. So I figured those are your elements, I explained. Wow, that's amazing, Twilight said. I chuckled, then I felt something in my body surge through me, which caught my attention. I then looked at the element of magic, and the surge got stronger. It was like it was calling to me. You okay, Daniel? Twilight asked me. Not sure. It feels like your element is calling to me, I explained when I walked closer. As I did, the gem let off a small glow, which was adding more surprise to me and to the others. I slowly reached for the gem and touched it, and not prepared, the element glowed brightly and removed itself from the tiara. What the heck? I asked, surprised, and then saw the other elements fly freely from the necklaces and start to circle around me. I was shocked and surprised at what was happening, but the others were beyond shocked. Celestia, what's happening? I asked, freaking out. I don't know, she answered. Suddenly the element of kindness shot a pink beam into my chest, causing me to gasp. I felt this unknown power surging into my body, but was followed up with another jolt of energy. One by one, each of the elements shot their beam of magic and energy into my body, followed up with the element of magic being the last. I was then hauled into the air and was engulfed into a bright light. I felt my body burning from this energy, and I was screaming while holding my head in pain. I heard the sound of the others screaming my name. Finally, the element stopped glowing and fell to the ground with me following suit. Daniel! I heard the girl shout. I groaned and tried to get up. I felt a pair of hands press against my chest and help me up. Are you okay, Daniel? Celestia asked, worried. I think so. But man, that was a new experience to me. I've never felt anything like that before, I explained while holding my head to ease the throbbing. Has this ever happened before? Celestia shook her head. No, that was the first time I've ever seen in many moons, she said. Are you sure you're okay? I nodded and finally got back on my feet, rubbed off any pain left in my head. I then asked, Yeah, also, what do you mean by many moons? Me and Luna have lived for thousands of years, she answered. I looked at them wide-eyed by her answer. Thousands of years? Holy shit! I can't believe they lived that long and are still living. Really? You and your sisters lived that long? That's really something. Man, you and your sisters surprised me. For one who's living that long, I made you two still look so young and very beautiful, commented, winking at them. The two princesses blushed by my words. You think we look youthful? Luna asked. Of course. How can nobody see that? You two are very beautiful. I'm still surprised nobody would be dating you two, since you two are very pretty mares, along with being the rose of Equestria, I explained, smiling. My words made the two blush deeper. Celestia smiled. Thank you, Daniel. You're really different than any pony we've ever met. I smiled. Thank you, Celestia. I believe you're all exhausted from your ride here. I'll let my guards escort you all to your proper rooms, Celestia said. A few guards came into the room and escorted us out of the throne room. While we were walking to our rooms, my mind was still playing the events to what happened when I felt the element's powers. What was it all about? Why did it happen? And what even happened to me?